Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Swift on the counter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There's absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Young on 3rd down. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taking it about the 16. "21 yards. Well done on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10.
Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
It's Young off play action. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. The play fake, now Young. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's a Panthers 1st down, 17 yards on the play. Young off the play fake. And he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
They go play action here on 1st down.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
That's dropped underneath to Nwangu. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. How about that? Their quarterback with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year.
And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Young to throw it. And that is incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. To throw, Young. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now here's Young. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. Shreds him with a stiff arm. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Young now. And that's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
DeAndre Swift, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Big Derek Brown making the stop.
Here we go. 65 catch. 65 catch.
Here's 2nd and 8. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Eluding the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Go. 19 right.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Brian Burns, the one to bring him down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Warrior
2nd
70.
and 5. This is caught. It's Brown. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28.
Street. Trap 60. Trap 60. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Go.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Let's go now. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
2nd and long. He'll find Nwangu underneath. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on now is Johnny Hekker to punt this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 23. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here we go, here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Final play of the half, Young. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this 2nd half. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
2nd and 9 now. Drops this off with Nwangu. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
that might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. They'll drop to throw. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Marcus Mariota. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about it.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 58 yards. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Young takes it on the sneak, and nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Sanders looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders as they stop him short of the line to gain. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Come on. Hey. Drop 60.
4th down, Young. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now their defense came through with the goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
60 Maverick. 60. Hurry.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Back to 60. Buffalo 18.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Goes right back to Smith again. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now a play fake here on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of it. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Marquise Goodwin. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, his second touchdown of the night. And the Eagles are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think of.
And that's caught inside the 35.
Come on, come on.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw, Young. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates.
And oh, that is going to be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Got ready. 19 Lions.
The play fake. Now Young. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Panthers get a bit closer. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance, if they want, to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Here we go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
60 Bison. 79 Broncos.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Micah Parsons able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Sliding out of the pocket. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Out of the gun now on third down. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
The kick by Elliott is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st and 10, Young. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Oh, he goes. And now off to the races down the right side. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. That one complete down the field to Smith. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. They go play action here on 1st down. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Young's throw there hauled in by Claypool. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. It's Young off play action. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here we go, here we go. Panther 11, Panther 11. Cup 19, Cup 19.
It's desperation time. Young on fourth down. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles defense able to hold. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. One last shot for Young. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Philadelphia, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they suffered defeat.
I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done. I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy. I gotta let them see I'm out here winning cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us and that's why